Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day before starting the video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A former WWE superstar has just revealed that she and a current SmackDown star were once offered an AEW contract by Cody Rhodes. However, at the time, the latter was the only one who turned this down. In 2019, All Elite Wrestling made its debut in the industry, but the preparations for this began as early as a year before. At the time, apart from Tony Khan, the likes of Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks were major figures within the company, as they were executive vice presidents. While appearing on that Sweet Pop podcast, B. Priestley, FKA Blair Davenport, revealed that she, Kip Sabian, and Piper Niven all got to work with Cody and Brandi Rhodes in 2018 during an event in the UK. She revealed that after their matches, the American Nightmare offered them AEW contracts. Piper turned this down due to already being signed with WWE and NXT UK at the time, while it was Sabian who committed to the new promotion. As for Priestley, she revealed that she signed a part-time deal with them, as she still wanted to work full-time. With Stardom. This week on WWE SmackDown, Piper Niven was originally set for action, but she was pulled from the show. She was supposed to challenge Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the women's tag team titles alongside Alba Fire. Chelsea Green took her place in the match. Instead, it was revealed later on in the show that Piper was out of action due to not being medically cleared. Unfortunately, Green and Fire were not able to capture the titles. It remains to be seen whether there will be a follow-up on Piper Niven, and how long she could be out of action. In the ever-evolving world of professional wrestling, stories of backstage negotiations, potential signings, and near moves between rival promotions often captivate fans just as much as the in-ring action itself. One of the latest bombshells making waves in the industry centers around Cody Rhodes, the current face of WWE's flagship brand Monday Night Raw, and a key figure in the company's post-WrestleMania resurgence, who allegedly attempted to bring a top WWE SmackDown star to All Elite Wrestling during his tenure as an EVP in the Jacksonville-based promotion. However, according to a revelation made by a former WWE star, the approach was politely declined, leading to a fascinating what-if scenario that could have drastically changed the career trajectory of one of today's premier female athletes in WWE. The unnamed ex-WWE competitor, speaking in a recent interview with a wrestling media outlet, detailed that Rhodes, during his AEW executive phase in 2019 and 2020, extended an invitation to a certain high-profile female talent, who at the time was already established in WWE, but had not yet reached the heights she currently enjoys on the Blue brand. According to the claim, Cody Rhodes envisioned her as a foundational piece of AEW's women's division, which at the time was still finding its footing, and often criticized for lacking depth compared to WWE's roster. While the identity of the star was not confirmed outright by the ex-talent, speculation has run rampant across social media, with many fans pointing toward current SmackDown standouts, such as Bayley, Bianca Belair, or even Charlotte Flair as possible names. Yet others believe the more realistic candidate might be Naomi or Asuka, given their fluctuating roles during that timeline. What makes this story particularly intriguing is the context of Rhodes' position in wrestling at that point. After leaving WWE in 2016 and carving a strong reputation on the independent circuit, Cody co-founded AEW alongside Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. He was instrumental in building the brand's early image as an alternative to WWE, and was heavily involved in scouting and bringing in talent. Having already recruited names like Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, and Britt Baker, Rhodes was reportedly keen on strengthening AEW's women's division by bringing in established female names from WWE to give legitimacy and star power to the roster. The ex-WWE star claims that Cody saw this particular SmackDown wrestler as the crown jewel that could have elevated AEW's women's division to another level. Despite the opportunity to potentially headline in AEW and receive a prominent spotlight, the star in question apparently declined the offer. According to the interview, her reasoning stemmed from both loyalty to WWE and a desire to accomplish certain career goals within the company. She allegedly told Rhodes that she respected his vision, but wanted to continue building her legacy, where she was, believing WWE still had more to offer her career both creatively and financially. Fast forward to today, and that decision seems to have paid off, as she has since gone on to become a main event caliber star on SmackDown, competing at WrestleMania and holding championship gold along the way. For Cody Rhodes, the rejection was reportedly taken in stride. The former AEW EVP has always spoken highly of WWE's women's division, both during and after his AEW tenure, and the fact that the star remained loyal to WWE may have only increased his respect for her. Ironically, Rhodes himself would eventually make a shocking return to WWE in 2022, leaving AEW and debuting on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania 38. Since then, he has been positioned as the face of the company, achieving his dream of becoming WWE champion and carrying the torch as the man to finish his father, Dusty Rhodes' story. This revelation brings into focus just how different the landscape of women's wrestling could have been had this SmackDown star accepted Cody's no offer. AEW's women's division, despite improvements in recent years with the arrival of Toni Storm, Saraya, and Mercedes Moné, has often been criticized for inconsistent booking and a lack of mainstream crossover stars. If a major WWE female name had jumped ship during AEW's formative years, the entire conversation around women's wrestling in AEW might look vastly different today. A marquee name could have brought instant credibility, bigger storylines, and perhaps accelerated AEW's ability to compete with WWE in terms of women's wrestling presentation. Meanwhile, WWE fans are now left to speculate on who exactly the star in question was. Theories point towards Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné, who did eventually leave WWE, but only after a later fallout in 2022. However, the timeline described by the ex-WWE star suggests it may not have been Banks. Others argue it could have been Bayley, who was reportedly unhappy during certain stretches of her career, or Bianca Belair, who was still on the rise in 2019-2020 and may have been seen by Cody as a future megastar. Regardless of who the mystery figure may be, the story underscores the competitive nature of modern pro wrestling, where both WWE and AEW are constantly scouting and strategizing to secure top-tier talent. Social media reactions to the news have been predictably explosive. Some fans praise the SmackDown star for her loyalty and vision, suggesting she made the right choice by sticking with WWE, where she has received global exposure, major championship runs, and historic WrestleMania moments. Others, however, couldn't help but imagine how different AEW might have been if she had joined, picturing dream matches against Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, Hikaru Shida, and Toni Storm under the AEW banner. The what-if scenarios continue to dominate fan discussions, with debates over whether AEW's women's division missed its biggest opportunity to secure a truly mainstream female star. For Cody Rhodes, the story adds another fascinating layer to his complex wrestling journey. Once the face of AEW's revolution, now the face of WWE's global empire, Rhodes' involvement in such behind-the-scenes negotiations showcases just how influential he has been in shaping both promotions. His attempts to bring a major WWE female star to AEW, even if unsuccessful, highlight the interconnected nature of wrestling's biggest players, and how decisions made years ago continue to resonate today. Ultimately, this revelation is less about who turned down Cody's offer, and more about the larger dynamics at play between WWE and AEW. In an era where talent movement is more common than ever, where wrestlers weigh brand loyalty against creative freedom and financial stability, the decisions they make carry immense consequences for both their careers and the industry at large. The SmackDown star's choice to reject AEW has clearly paid dividends, as she now stands as one of WWE's most important performers. But the idea that she could have altered AEW's women's division forever remains a tantalizing thought for fans of both companies. As the wrestling world continues to evolve, with WWE pushing forward into a new era under Triple H's leadership, and AEW striving to cement itself as a true global alternative, stories like this serve as reminders of just how fragile and fascinating the behind-the-scenes chess game of talent acquisition can be. Cody Rhodes may not have succeeded in this particular recruitment attempt, but his vision for women's wrestling and his role in shaping the industry remain undeniable. This revelation will no doubt fuel further speculation and debate in the coming weeks, with fans eager to guess which SmackDown star could have been at the center of Cody Rhodes' failed AEW pursuit. Whether it was a four-horsewoman, a future WrestleMania headliner, or another top-tier female name, one thing is certain. The decision to stay in WWE not only altered the trajectory of one star's career, but may have changed the fate of two. Entire wrestling promotions. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.